Bob in Palm Beach emailed me a question that I'm going to read to you right now, and we are going to do this with True, who is a 6-month-old crazy little dog. We've been working on just calming him, waiting at doors, sitting, so it's the closest thing to Bob's dog. So here's the question. Can you possibly offer some guidance or even a video for helping a dog understand the difference between yes and okay? The scenario, maybe we're asking your dog to sit and wait politely for a release while you put his food bowl down. Maybe you want to say yes, but his butt hits the ground. When his butt hits the ground, to let him know, good job, but keep going. But I struggle sometimes with the dog interpreting that as a release, and then his butt immediately pops back up off the ground. Okay, here's what Bob's saying. There is, you've heard me say it, and if you follow any positive reinforcement trainers, they are, and marine trainers, we are really into something called a marker or a bridge. Is it like a clicker? It tells the dog, good job. When I'm doing basic obedience with a puppy, I will train to sit right when that butt touches the ground. It's even better for a down and for touch. Right when their body touches the ground, you say yes, or you click and you reinforce them. What does this do? This tells the young dog's brain exactly when they're doing something right. Let's try it. Exactly, and it's important. Sit, yes, treat. Watch the down. We haven't done much down with him. Down, yes, treat. So you want, touch is a big one. I used the clicker on that one. You were gonna click and then reinforce. So it tells the dog it's good for touch because they only touch for like 1/100 of a second. So you want to say right there. Now I'll put a cue to it. True, touch. But how was my timing? Did you see it? It was good. It was perfect, actually. Okay, this is called a marker. It's also called a bridge. Bridge is the gap in time between the behavior and the reinforcement. I don't use these. You know what you do with these? Throw them in the trash. No one sticks with them. You have your voice. They're a little better because the dog hears this a little better than they hear your voice. 99% of people are not going to carry this around. They're just not. You don't need this, okay? Now let's do sit, stay. So that's the marker. Then he said, when my dog sits, I say yes, and the dog released. Technically, this is a release. Technically, this is a release. I'm going to say that again. The dog can technically get up when they hear the yes or they hear the bridge. So you want to wait, Bob, on bridging the animal or fade out the bridge completely. Your dog's 3 months old. It apparently knows sit. Why are you still using a bridge or a marker? Get rid of the bridge. The dog knows now what you're asking of them. Get rid of the yes. Get rid of the click. Get rid of the marker. You don't need it anymore. That's the problem with this and with people's verbal bridges. They use them too long. They keep saying yes when the dog's butt touches the ground. You don't need to say it. You use these things to train a behavior, then you get rid of them. So for Bob, for you guys at home, don't be using that bridge. I use the bridge to train it down a little bit, and then the dog starts to know the down, and I get rid of the bridge within a session sometimes. I'm a little quick about it, but that's true. Then the release is okay. The release is okay. That's what you say. So the dog's getting up when he hears the bridge, the yes, is what Bob is saying. So get rid of the bridge. Do a sit. Don't bridge it. Okay? Don't mark it. Sit. Don't say yes. Then they'll stay. Put the food down. So we're going to do a quick food set. I haven't done this with him. Actually, I think my trainers have a couple times, I think. Okay, come here. Because it's just a feeding thing. Sit. I'm not going to say yes. Stay. Watch this, guys, because this is how you train this behavior, okay? Stay. Look at you. Okay, what a good boy. That's the best boy in the world, True. You can eat. You can eat. So that was just sit, stay for food. It's so funny about sitting and staying for food. It's the one behavior people call me or come out and their dog's crazy, out of control, and they go, my dog is so smart. He will sit and stay for his food no matter how far away I get. And I never say anything to them, but I'm thinking I could train a mouse to sit and stay for food and go far away. You know why? It's the single most basic behavior you can do, and here's why. You guys intuitively know how to train it, and there's always reinforcement at the end of it. You guys know, you do this, then you guys somehow know, you don't know this with other behaviors, but you intuitively know somehow that when the dog breaks the get up, you say or you give a marker for incorrect behavior, then you remove the food. So it's like training 101. It's like a marker and then a punishment. The food being removed is technically a punishment, okay? And then you guys do this, and then you release the dog. Then the next day, you do this for longer or farther away, release the dog. And there's always reinforcement at the end of it. It's like the easiest behavior to train, but so many people are like so proud that they trained it because it oddly seems like it would be hard. But if you can think about that with the doorway, it's the same concept. You go to the doorway, you do a sit, then you wait to release them. Then the reinforcement, instead of it being food, is to leave the door. But you, with food, never let them get to the food when you break the sit. But when you do it at a door, you always let them break to run out the door. You got to apply the same things. Apply a punishment, door closing on them, leash, turnaround method. But you got to take that food stuff you intuitively know how to train. There's reinforcement built in, it's food. There's reinforcement built in, it's run around. And you got to apply the same rules to this than you do other behaviors. Okay? And you stay, put the food down, then they'll stay here for 20 minutes because they know they're not going to get it if they break. If they break early, and you can train it super far away. Do the same rules need to apply. All right, so Bob in Florida. Get rid of the yes. Your dog's 3 months. Doesn't need the yes anymore. Doesn't need a marker anymore. Get rid of it. That's the answer. And then, okay, release the dog. All right, guys. That's some positive reinforcement stuff for the most part, positive reinforcement stuff. I haven't talked to you about clickers much. You can use your voice, right? That yes, you always have your voice. You don't always have that clicker. And that's it. Like, subscribe, comment.